My humble abode. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Wish you a very happy Diwali to all. Today we are Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakುಮಾರಾಯ Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankajanabhaya Namo Pankajamaline Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangri. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10, verses 12 to 32. The pastimes of the Supreme Lord Ramachandra. Text 12. Lord Ramachandra, whose lotus feet are worshipped by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, has assumed the form of the human being. Thus he performed the funeral ceremony of Jatayu, who was killed by Ravana. The Lord then killed the demons named Kabanda, and after making friends with the monkey chiefs, killing Vali, and arranging the deliverance of Mother Sita, he went to the beach of the ocean. Text 13. After reaching the beach, Lord Ramachandra fasted for 3 days, awaiting the arrival of ocean personified. When the ocean did not come, the Lord exhibited his pastime of anger, and simply by his glancing over the ocean, all living entities within it, including the crocodiles and sharks, were agitated by fear. Then the personified ocean fearfully approached Lord Ramachandra, taking all paraphernalia to worship him. Falling at the Lord's lotus feet, the personified ocean spoke as follows. Text 14. O all-pervading Supreme Person, we are dull-minded and did not understand who you are. But now we understand that you are the Supreme Person, the Master of the entire universe, the unchanging and the original personality of Godhead. The demigods are infatuated with the mode of goodness, the Prajapatis with the mode of passion, and the Lord of Ghosts with the mode of ignorance. But you are the master of all these qualities. Text 15. My Lord, you may use your water, you may use my water as you like. Indeed, you may cross it and go to the abode of Ravana, who is the great source of the disturbance and crying for the three worlds. He is a son of Visrava, but is condemned like urine. Please go kill him and thus regain your wife Sita Devi. O great hero, although my water present no impediment to your going to Lanka, please construct a bridge over it to spread your transcendental fame. Upon seeing this wonderfully uncommon deed of your lordship, all the great heroes and kings in the future will glorify you. Text 16. Sukadeva Goswami said, after constructing a bridge over the ocean by throwing into the water the peaks of the mountains, whose trees and other vegetations have been shaken by the hands of great monkeys, Lord Ramachandra went to Lanka to release Sita Devi from the clutches of Ravana. With and the direction and help of the Vibhishana, Ravana's brother, the Lord, along with the monkey soldiers, headed by Sugriva, Nila, and Hanuman, entered Ravana's kingdom, Lanka, which has previously been burned by Hanuman. Text 17. After entering Lanka, the monkey soldiers, led by chiefs like Sugriva, Nila, and Hanuman, occupied all the sporting houses, granaries, treasurers, palace, doorways, city gates, houses, palace frontages, and even the resting houses of the pigeons. When the cities crossroads, platforms, flags, and golden water pots on its domes were all destroyed. The entire city of Lanka appeared like a river disturbed by the herd of elephants. Text 18. When Ravana, the master of the Rakshasas, saw the disturbance created by the monkey soldiers, he called for Nikumba, Kumbha, Dumraksa, Durmukha, Surantaka, Narantaka, and other Rakshasas, and also his son Indrajit. Thereafter, he called for Prahasta, Atikaya, Vikampana, and finally Kumbhakarna. Then he induced all his followers to fight against the enemies. X19, Lord Ramachandra, surrounded by Lakshmana and monkey soldiers like Sugriva, Hanuman, Madha, Neela, Angada, Jambavan, and Panasa, attacked the soldiers of the Rakshasas, who were fully equipped with various invincible weapons like swords, lances, bows, prasas, rishtis, sekti arrows, Khadgas, and Tomaras. Text 20. Angada and other commanders of the soldiers of Ramachandra faced the elephants, infantry, horses, and chariots of the enemy and hurled against them big trees, mountain peaks, clubs, and arrows. Thus, the soldiers of Lord Ramachandra killed Ravana's soldiers, who had lost all good fortune because Ravana had been condemned by the anger of Mother Sita. Text 21. Thereafter, when Ravana, the king of the Rakshasas, observed that his soldiers has been lost, he was extremely angry. Thus he mounted his airplane, which was decorated with flowers, and proceeded towards Lord Ramachandra, who sat on the effulgent chariot bought by Mathali, the chariot driver of Indra. Then Ravana struck Lord Ramachandra with sharp arrows. Text 22. Lord Ramachandra said to Ravana, "You are the most abominable of the man eater. Indeed, you are like this their stool. You resemble a dog. For as a dog steals eatables from the kitchen in the absence of the householder, in my absence you kidnapped my wife Sita Devi. Therefore, as Yamaraja punishes sinful men, I shall also punish you. You are most abominable, sinful, and shameless. Today, therefore, I, who attempted never fails, shall punish you." Text 23. After thus rebuking Ravana, Lord Ramachandra fixed an arrow to his bow, aimed at Ravana, and released the arrow, which pierced Ravana's heart into like a thunderbolt. Upon seeing this, Ravana's followers raised a tumultuous sound, crying, "Alas, alas! What has happened? What has happened?" As Ravana, vomiting blood from his 10 heads, fell from his airplane just as a pious man falls to earth from the heavenly planets when the result of his pious activities are exhausted. Text 24. Thereafter, all the women whose husbands had fallen in the battle, headed by Mandodari, the wife of Ravana, came out of Lanka, continuously crying. They approached the dead bodies of Ravana and the other Rakshasas. Text 25. Striking their breast in affliction because their husbands have been killed by the arrows of Lakshmana, the women embraced their respective husbands and cried piteously in voice, appealing to everyone. Text 26. O my Lord, O Master, you epitomized trouble for others, and therefore you were called Ravana. But now that you have been defeated, we all are defeated. For without you, the state of Lanka has been conquered by the enemies. To whom will it go for shelter? Text 27. O greatly fortunate one, you came under the influence of lusty desires, and therefore you could not understand the influence of Mother Sita. Now, because of her curse, you have been reduced to this state, having been killed by Lord Ramachandra. Text 28. O pleasurer of the Rakshasa dynasty, because of you the state of Lanka and also We of ourselves now have no protector. By your deeds, you have made your body fit to be eaten by the vultures, and your soul fit to go to hell. Text 29. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Vibhishana, the pious brother of Ravana and devotee of Lord Ramachandra, received approval from Lord Ramachandra, the king of the Kosala. Then he performed the prescribed funeral ceremonies for his family members to save them from the path to hell. Text 30. Thereafter, Lord Ramachandra found Sita Devi sitting in a small cottage beneath the tree named Simpsapa in a forest of Asoka trees. So was lean and thin, being aggrieved because of the separation from him. Text 31. Seeing his wife in that condition, Lord Ramachandra was very compassionate. When Ramachandra came before her, she was exceedingly happy to see her beloved, and her lotus like mouth showed her joy. Text 32. After giving Vibhishana the power to rule the Rakshasa population of Lanka for the duration of one kalpa, Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, placed Sita Devi on an aeroplane decorated with flowers and then got to the plane himself. The period for his living in the forest have ended. The Lord returned to Ayodhya accompanied by Hanuman, Sugriva, and his brother Lakshmana. Thank you very much, Prabhuji Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Swamini Gopi Mataji, for reading the translations today. Hare Krishna, Kiran Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances to all the people who joined in this meeting. Thank you, Swamini Gopi Devi Mataji, for reading today's Bhagavatam sloka translations. Thank you, Sundaranand Prabhu and Radharani Mataji, for giving me this opportunity and facilitating this Zoom meeting. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Let me start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmetam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadha Mahyam Datati Supadantikam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktamunda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are continuing with the Canto 9 and chapter 10, the pastimes of Supreme Lord Ramchandra. Yesterday, Radharani Mataji has started this chapter and we covered 11 slokas. And today we are going to cover some more slokas, 21 slokas. And the next chapter is the interesting chapter, Ramachandra Rules the World. That is the chapter 11. Before starting that, I just wanted to just quote our spiritual Upanishads, like we have Rama Upanishad, declares Rama as Brahman. Anuman Upanishad, Rama alone is the Supreme Self. Sandilya Samhita describes Rama with 4 arms and eternal bliss. So they are other than Bhagavatam also. We have that Rama is declared as a god. So let us also quote some of the Srimad Bhagavatam slokas in chapter 3 of Canto 1, 22 sloka. Nara Devatam Apanaha. So the sloka starts with that, and I just want to just give that this is the 18th incarnations of the Lord who appeared as Lord Rama to please the as per the demigod's request to kill Ravana, and um, in this chapter itself, we have the second sloka. Tasyapi Bhagavan Esya Sakshat Brahmamayo Harihi. It starts with that. And this is telling clearly that Vishnu is Vishnu Tattva, not the Jiva Tattva. So, Advaityam, Achyutam, Anandam, Anantarupam. So, even Srila Prabhupada quoted that Brahma Samhita from 5.33. that Lord has innumerable forms and all are equal. So the four brothers were non-different in potency and divinity. All are the expansion. And it gives the candle analogy also. Like just like when you candle light and other candles, with that, the first candle, all have its own, light and it don't lose its own brightness. So Lord expands into, equally luminous and eternal, and four brothers are equally eternal and uh, luminous. That is the meaning. And he responded to the demigod's prayers to appear as the, Lord Ramachandra to kill the Ravana. So that is a simple, explanation we can understand. And the takeaway points is we have to recognize that he is fully divine, is not a human being, not an ideal human being. And Lord manifests in several forms to protect the dharma. So even in Bhagavatam from Canto 5 in 19th chapter also, we read the glorification of Lord Rama's rule and character in Bharata Varsha. So we also saw that. And even in chapter 3 of Canto 12, in the future we'll be seeing that 51 sloka, Kale Dhosha Nidhe Rajan, starts with that. And he tells that in this Kali Yuga, there are like the misery of ocean of miseries. So there is still one good quality about this aid. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and promoted to transcendental king. So in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we have the Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So that's how this is a very important chapter to read the pastimes of Lord Rama today and auspicious occasion of Diwali. This section we can divide into three sections. So Lord kills demon Ravana, and the Lord coronation as king of Ayodhya, and the Sri Rama Rajyam, the rule of Lord Ram begins. So we are discussing in the first chapter only until Lord Rama kills Ravana, and in the subsections, today's subsections, we are reading from like sloka 12 to 16 for searching the Sita and building the ocean bridge we call Rama Setu. That is the one. And the next section is Rama kills Ravana in the war between Vanaras and Rakshasas. That is from sloka 17 to 23rd. And from 28 to 24 to 28, lamentation of the wives of Rakshasas. And 29 to 32, Rama returns to Ayodhya. So that is the four subsections we are today reading. So we want to focus segment by segment. In the first section, we are focusing from, 12 to 16. So in that we are looking for the search of Sita. So yesterday, even in our Diwali celebrations, we enacted a play for Shabri Mata giving the clue to find Sita at the end of the episode to go and meet the Vanara, exiled king Sugriva. He will help you in searching for the wife Sita. So we started with that. So in the 12th sloka, uh, the the dying bird Jatayu tells that Sita was kidnapped by Ravana, and so the Lord kills a demon named Kabanda, and try to meet the Vanara exiled king Sugriva and Hanuman, and try to find Sita. So that how the sloka begins with the 12th. And the main thing is we have to understand from the purport of Srila Prabhupada is Lord performs Jatayu's funeral rites as if he is a son of, a son performs to his father. Actually, Jatayu is a friend of Dasharath Maharaj. Even in spite of having four sons like Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, King Dasharatha could not get funeral rites. But even though Jatayu, the personal, the personally Ram performed the funeral rites. So you can see the difference of the devotion, bhakti, you know, how God can go to any extent to do the service to his devotees. So that is the compassion and dharmic conduct we can see towards a dying person, Jatayu. So in the next sloka, so after reaching the ocean shore, Rama fasted for 3 days. And as everyone knows about Ramayana, I'm going little fast on this Ramayana. It is also condensed from in the Bhagavatam. We did not give all the elaborate Valmiki Ramayana as 24,000 slokas, and we are trying to tell in couple of chapters. So we have to condense it, and Sukadev Goswami has condensed it. So I'm just going on the top level. When the obviously after fasting for 3 days, the ocean Samudra Devata, ocean lord, did not come. So he performs his pastime of anger. So only one, Lord performs this. It is not possible for other people. So the ocean god come and ask for the forgiveness that he did not come earlier, and he has to display the anger. So we have to understand that Supreme Court's, his potency is absolute, even if he is in any of his avatar. So, and the Sloka 14 continues with that mindset, and the ocean god or Samudra Devata will ask for the forgiveness and tells that he is dull-minded, and he forgets about that he is, Rama is the master of the entire universe. And so sometimes even dull minded like me also forget this. So to understand that, mm, like Prabhupada quotes a Hindi poem also, duk duk se sab hari baje, sukh se baje koi, sukh se agar hari baje, duk katan se hai. So when one is distressed, he goes to a temple or church or worship God. But when he is happy, he forgets the God. This is the common mentality of the human beings in this material world. So punishment by the Lord through the material nature is necessary in this human society, so that we always remember the Lord. And because we are, we thinks that we are having dull, or we are don't have the intelligence, blunt intelligence, we can say. So like that, the ocean god tells in the sloka 13, and sloka 14 tells that the dull-minded people realize God only after punishment. Suffering awakens spiritual awareness, and then he asks the forgiveness. So he continues in that one, and tells that I will give the way to cross this ocean. So you have to bridge uh, uh, construct a bridge over this ocean, almost like almost 800 miles or something like that. Some 100 ojanas are they call in Bhagavatam, in Ramayana actually. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada tells that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, is omnipotent, and he was telling that if you construct this wonderful bridge, many other people think that it is like it is a divine act, because in person nobody can do this type of magic. So very small, fools are, the false sannyasis do small magics and fool the people, but they can't make like this a bridge, which is a very divine act. and with the Lord name written on the stones or the mountains or whatever they throw in the ocean, they all float. So that is the power of Lord Rama's name, and is proved once again here also when they are constructing the bridge, and the Neela and other architectural, sons of Wali. I think they are participated in constructing this bridge, giving the all the required skills. And we also tells, Prabhupada also quotes the Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma che me divyam evam yo vekti tatvataha tvekta deham punarjanma naiti mameti surjana. So he tells that, it is my activities and my appearance, don't, they it is difficult to understand. So I take the birth again, I appear and disappear, but you forget all your previous janmas, but I remember all the janmas. So my appearance and my activities you cannot understand. So that is what he tells. And after the you know getting the building, trying to build the ocean bridge, Ramasetu, by the all the stones or mountain stones, they all understand that it is by the power of Lord Ram name written on that. In the bridge was successfully constructed. And while constructing the bridge also, even there is a small story told by some of the devotees to me, and that when Rama himself throws a stone, it sinks in the ocean. It don't float like other people are doing. So and he asked Hanuman why it is not. Then Hanuman was saying that you are leaving, the stone is leaving Rama, so it cannot float. Those who has the name written Rama, that will float. So that is the power of Lord Rama. Even uttering the word Lord Rama gives an immense the devotion towards the Lord Rama. So that is one we can understand from this story also. uh, so as the story continues, the and they many other slokas also is referring Srila Prabhupada in his purport. In Brahma Samhita 5.52, he was describing how sun moves as desired by the god, how how this Vanaras constructed a bridge in a record time. That all is not possible for ordinary people. So we can simply understand that material natures obeys Lord's will. Even mountain floats is nothing because planets are floating in the space. So by his command. So we have to understand in this section that. And serve humanity like Jatayu. Jatayu knows that he will be killed by Ravana, but he still served to the maximum possible extent till he died. Almost dead. But his final funeral rites were done by Lord Rama personally. And he got the liberation offered by Rama. So that is what we have to understand in that. So we have to realize that obstacles are to be overcome by surrender and divine empowerment, and our sincere service, devotional service to the Lord should be always be developed and should be maintained. So in this, we can, importantly, we can learn that Rama's bridge is a divine act. Other people fail to understand who don't have the devotional service, uh, and only the surrendered soul can overcome this Maya. So Maya me tam tarantite in Bhagavad Gita also it referred. So ocean god, the Samudra Devata surrendered to the god, then only he could cross the Maya, and then he could see the Lord Rama's power, and he can recognize that he is Krishna avatar or Rama avatar itself. So until then he could not. Uh, so by surrendering only one can understand. And in other slokas of Bhagavatam also, it is referred that his pastimes are Leela Avatar. This Rama Avatar is considered to be Leela Avatar. So we have to understand that these is pastimes that meant to attract conditioned soul like us to the bhakti. So and in the next section, we are covering Rama killed Ravana in the war between Vanaras and Rakshasas. In this section, we talk about how that the city of Lanka is visualized. It is like the Vanara army invaded Lanka. Then all he was, it is like a disturbed river by elephants, mad elephants, and he tries to use the, various, called the Rakshasas, and so many Rakshasas. It has mentioned like Nikumba, Kumbha, Dhum Rakshaka, Durmukha, Surantaka, Narantaka, Rakshasas, and Indrajit, and Prahasta, and Vikampana, and finally Kumbhakarna. So many other demon, warriors have participated in the war. And on the Rama side, we have Nila, Angada, Jambavan, Sugriva, Hanuman, so many others from this side. Uh, Finally, there is a huge fierce war between that, and with the only power of Rama's word, they are chanting Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri. With that, everything, whatever in his their hands became like a missiles. If you think about latest war machines, the whatever stones or mountains. They have the big trees, clubs, arrows. It becomes like a powerful weapons, and that killed the soldiers of Ravana. So that is what we have to understand the power of Rama also. So in this sloka also we can understand that divine strength surpasses the material effort. The Ravana is making all the material effort. Actually, he is having also another curse in the previous life of Vedavati. So she was Sita's incarnation. So she has cursed Ravana that I will be the cause of your downfall in my next life. So that is also one of the reason. So as as this war continued, and all the demon warriors killed, and finally Ravana came, and also he was also killed by Rama. And in the sloka 22nd, he was telling that I will punish you like you are like a dog. You steal my wife in my absence. So you kidnapped my wife, and I should punish you like just like Yamaraj punishes you. I should also punish for your sin and shameful and abominable act. So he tells that in the chapter sloka 22nd. So we have to importantly atheists ignore divine law and suffer the consequences. So we should not be like Ravana. We should follow the divine law and do our devotional service. So in Bhagavad Gita, so Sloka 21, he was saying that Kshine Punya Matya Lokam Vishanti. After the all the punyas are exhausted, you again fall down to earth and try to do your activities on that, and based on that you will try to liberate, or you can try to born again and again based on your karma. So that will be decided by the actions you do. So pious men lose their heavenly merit if they are doing the bad karma. Only bhakti liberates. So in this section, we understood the Ravana's fall, how it happened. So never underestimate divine empowerment. Lust and pride lead to downfall. So we should always guard ourselves against them. And the Rama's book teaches moral clarity and spiritual justice. And victory lies in remembering the Lord and fighting for Dharma. So all the Vanaras fighting for the Dharma and are on the Rama's side. They won the battle, and that is what we can understand. So in the last section, before that, there is a lamentation of all the wives of Rakshasas, and Mandodari, who is also a chaste wife of Ravana also mounts for their husband. So he tells that she tells very clearly that you are the cause, and your lust has made everybody to cry here in the battlefield. All the wives of the Rakshasas are crying. So the word Ravana means the one who causes crying for others. So he was continuously troubled by troubling others. So his sinful activities culminated in on his death. So Mandodari laments for the cruelty and defeat. Yeah, she accepts, but that is a moral she we should understand from this, and she recognized that it says that in the slokas. So one chaste woman recognizes the other chaste woman, here Mother Sita. So this is one of the tests for that moral injunction also, how uh, one chaste wife recognized the other chaste wife. So here Mother Sita was recognized by Mandodari. So the so it has immense spiritual power. We should understand that. So in the next section, if you go for the what lessons we can get from this: chastity and virtues are spiritual potent. Lust blinds even the mighty, like Ravana also we saw. Respect to men as the embodiment of divine energy. Learn from Mandodari's wisdom. True love is spiritual, not possessive. So in this one. Lust is enemy, which we know it will ruin, and we saw the downfall of King Ravana. So that is what we can understand. And true knowledge includes humility, detachment, and moral clarity. We can understand that when Mandodari laments on the dead body of Ravana. So and so the last section is Rama's returns to Ayodhya. In the uh, 29th sloka, Sukadeva Goswami says that Vibhishana performs the last rites of Ravana to all other Rakshasas, to save them from the path of hell. So if you don't do funeral rites, it leads to the path of hell. So that is also one we can understand with. So Shraddha karma saves souls from ghostly existence. And in the 30th sloka, Rama found Sita Devi sitting in a small cottage beneath the tree named Simsapa in the forest of Ashoka trees. Ashokavanam. She was lean and thin, being aggravated because of the separation. So we can see that how the joyful that moment when Rama meets Sita. So in the last sloka, he makes Vibhishana to rule the Lanka and king of Lanka, and rule the Lanka for almost one kalpa. And then with the with that Pushpaka Viman, he take care of all Vanaras, Hanuman, Sugriva, and everybody back to Ayodhya. So this Rama uh, going to Ayodhya is also in some places in North India celebrated as a Diwali, and today is the auspicious occasion of Diwali. So that is exactly Krishna has planned that we reach and we study in the Bhagavatam in that portion of on this auspicious day. So also Lord Krishna killed demon Narkasura also. We celebrate Diwali also in that, and some people even celebrate New Year in this. So that is the end of this story when Rama returns to Ayodhya after killing Ravana. So what we can learn from this also, we can think final happiness, how it is applied. So dharma in action. Rama's life is a blueprint for ideal behavior, truthfulness, loyalty, and compassion. Bhakti over karma. Even mighty karma fails before bhakti and divine's will. So that is another lesson we can learn. And chastity and devotions. Sita's purity is a spiritual force. Devotees should honor and emulate such qualities. Mercy and justice. Rama showed both pursuing evil yet allowing purification. Because we saw that two instances like Jatayu and Vibhishan also. He forgives Vibhishan and makes Lanka king. when he asked for the, forgiveness for his brother Ravana. And we can also relate in summarizing today's episode of Ramayana. So compared to that Bhagavad Gita sloka 34 from the fourth chapter, Tadvidhi Pranipatena. So we have to learn only Tattvadarshis can narrate divine pastimes authentically. So another Bhagavad Gita sloka in 11 from chapter 9, avajananti mam muda manushim tanum ashrita param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. In this, fools deride me when I decide in the human form. So they get confused. Rama appeared human, but he is fully divine. We should understand. And in the chapter 3 also, 27 sloka, prakriti kriyamanani guna karmani sarvashaha ankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. The spiritual bewildered by the influence of false ego thinks that he is the doer for all activities that are in actually carried out by these three moods of material nature. So Ravana thinks that he is the doer. So classic example of Maya. So in that we should understand. And then the last sloka also in 16.9, chapter 19th sloka, Tanaham divasata kruran samsareshu naradhaman. So in that he tells that those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among the male, I perpetually cast in the ocean of material existence into various demonic species of life. Rakshasa are cast into hellish birth due to the envy and cruelty. So we should understand that why these are born actually Rakshasa, because of their activities. So and in concluding today's my talk, we have to remember that it is the 18th Avatara Ramas, and his rule, the ideal rule, begins from the next chapter. And if I speak anything wrong, please forgive me for my mistake, and even if I hurt you. Thank you all for listening. Your servant and servant of all Vaishnavas and Krishna deities. Hare Krishna. Grandraj Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha Kriputa कृपासिन्धुभ्यः एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. जय श्री.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for very nice class and sharing those shlokas also. Thank you all devotees for joining the class today. Hare Krishna. Let's end the call here.